Justin, tell us the idea you were just explaining to us about your video game experiment.
Yes, I'm saying that in certain video games, it would be literally impossible to obey all the laws. And I'm thinking about in Grand Theft Auto, if you tap someone's bumper, that doesn't even register on that doesn't even earn you 1 star in GTA. But in real life, if you tap someone's bumper, oh, you got to flag them over, you got to pull over into the Safeway parking lot, and you got to exchange insurance information.
But that's not fun. And video games are supposed to be fun.
Yeah, so it's like this bump doesn't seem like, oh, you don't need to get the insurance, and then oh, you're arguing with them about it. Yeah, so that's the idea, is to just do a video on the absurdity of what playing Crazy Taxi would be like. Or GTA.
Could there be a part where your character goes to get pizza in GTA and he gets way too much and he just feels really sad the rest of the day?
Yeah,
he's just super depressed from his food regret.
Who are we talking about here?
I mean, just like a guy that loves pizza.
Everybody knows that.
So your idea is to play video games, but obey all the real laws that we have. What does that mean for something like Call of Duty? Is it okay?
You need to
no killing.
No, you're allowed to kill. You're a soldier, but you need to engage.
Right?
There's rules of engagement.
You may only fire when fired upon.
Right. You may only fire when fired upon, and you need to identify your enemy first. There's no wild spraying of bullets.
You gotta ease up on the willy-nilly grenade throwing too.
Right. No,
I mean, you never know who could be. Could be somebody in that house. That could be somebody's house, and you just throw a grenade.
We've all played GTA and been shooting at somebody. There's smoke, there's jelly on your screen. Somebody's screaming in your ear, and then you're shooting, and you realize you've been shooting at your own teammate. And you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
And if that were real life, you would be court-martialed. You would go to jail.
That's my favorite part of Call of Duty, is when you get court-martialed, locked up, and
so
just sit there.
So you gonna do this? You gonna make this video?
Yeah, I think we'll probably do this video. I was also thinking about, half of GTA doesn't take place in a war zone. There's the favela level that's just in, Brazil. You're just in a town.
Call of Duty. You said GTA.
Oh, yeah. In Call of Duty.
I don't remember the favela level of GTA.
Yeah, the favela level.
What about
when you go down to Rio de Janeiro?
What about, Mario Kart? What are the rules between a dinosaur and a man?
Yeah.
Do you not throw banana peels? Because
No,
that's not fair.
No, it's also littering.
It's littering?
Yeah.
What if the litter disappears after a certain amount of time?
After one lap.
That's true. I guess I don't know about the laws of the Mushroom Kingdom.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, let's check in with the listeners.
Hey, listeners.
Hi, listeners.
Hey.
This is Travis Ward. He has a question about XCOM Enemy Unknown. Mitch, I know you're playing it.
I'm playing it. I love it.
Anybody else playing this game?
Not yet.
Guys, come on.
I know. I've got plans to play this game.
Me too.
There's some games have come out recently.
Playing Dishonored.
Really?
Yeah. I'm playing Borderlands 2. It's too much to play right now. I still want to beat Mark of the Ninja.
Oh man, me too.
Backlog.
Anyway, Travis says, really enjoy your show. Find you all hilarious, and your points and insights into gaming are incredibly valuable.
Oh, thank you, Travis.
First, how important is it to the future of the increasingly outnumbered hardcore gamers for XCOM Enemy Unknown to have strong sales? First of all, let's dissect this question. Is that true, or are hardcore gamers increasingly outnumbered?
I
what does that mean?
That completely.
Are people ganging up on us?
We got the MPD numbers yesterday, and the second best-selling game of the month was Borderlands 2, which is basically an RPG.
Well, it's kind of outnumbered by
Number one was Madden.
Yeah.
It's totally true that, I think, I don't know that I would use the term outnumbered, but it's true that it's hard for hardcore gamers to get the games that they want. There's less and less of them being made. That's what I would agree with.
I would completely disagree with that. And
less being made?
I mean,
we're just talking about how there's too much for us to play right now.
In the past 30 days, we've got Dishonored, XCOM, Resident Evil, Mark of the Ninja just came out. All of these are really hardcore games.
Sure. Fair enough.
And even Crazy Taxi, which you just reviewed on iOS, that just came out. It's a remake, but that game I would still consider kind of a hardcore game. It came out on a
Crazy Taxi's not a hardcore game.
I mean, it fits in that hardcore gamer kind of history, right? It's casual now, I guess, because it's a lot easier to play. There's not a lot to it, but it's still something that, looking back, we were like, oh, I loved that game, and I was a hardcore gamer who played that game and loved it.
I don't know. It's a weird term because no casual gamer sits there and goes, I'm a casual gamer.
Yeah.
No one does that.
But hardcore gamers will identify that way.
Sure. But if you tap a guy's shoulder on the bus and he's playing Angry Birds or Tiny Wings or something, what are you doing? He's not going to be like, I'm casually
casual
gaming.
Yeah.
Just casually.
Just casually.
I'm not very hardcore about it.
The distinction here is that there's a big difference between Call of Duty and XCOM. A game that has hardcore. You have a 99% chance to blow this enemy's head off in XCOM. You will miss 1 out of 100 times. You will miss and die and lose the mission. And so it's hardcore in that way.
Right. It's not hardcore in the hardcore gamer term. It's it's legit hardcore. You have to be
Right.
really into it
So
to kind of fully understand what it's going for.
XCOM is for a special type of gamer. That's not a game. I haven't played it yet. I'm sure I'm gonna love it. You're playing it. You're loving it.
Yeah.
I would not recommend that game to that many
yeah.
people. You need to be a special kind of gamer to really get into it.
My dad just finished playing Red Dead Redemption in GTA 4, but I would
Your
never.
dad, huh?
That's crazy.
I would
Really?
never. Oh yeah, he's been on a crazy Rockstar kick.
Yeah.
Loves that Arkham City.
How old
Does
is
he play them on PC?
45. No, he's playing on PS3.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Your dad is 45?
Well, Mitch is a young.
Yeah,
40,
I guess
48?
so, yeah.
I don't know.
I guess you're
Sorry,
like,
Dad.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Anyway,
Is he
I would never.
Is he
tell
watching
him.
GameScoop?
I probably once I link it to Facebook, he'll probably click it and then like it.
I love Mr. Dyer.
Rob.
So we put up an article
back.
yesterday, an interview with Trip Hawkins, founder of Electronic Arts, where he basically said, there's more people playing games now than ever, but they're these casual gamers. They're playing on their, on their mobile devices. They're playing Facebook social games, and that he thinks console gaming will stay, but it will become a niche thing.
But
And
Mitch
the comments are very hostile.
Yeah. Well, sure.
But here's the thing, we're already here. There is a time when Cityville, this is a Zynga game, that game had 100 million active players, and that's not some wishy-washy number. Like, they had 100 million people
crazy.
actively playing that game. So that means games are already niche. That means Call of Duty is already niche compared to something like Cityville.
By comparison, sure, but I mean,
Yeah.
we're still talking about like 10 million people playing Call of Duty.
Sure.
Yeah. In the grand scope of like the Earth, yeah, gaming's pretty niche. But in terms of like penetration rate and attach rate, like people games per console, like I don't think it's going away.
But that's
or
still,
it's
I mean,
a
the
small
millions
term
of people
hobby.
that bought Call of Duty bought a $60 product, and then they probably bought $15 map packs down the line.
and then spent
so
God knows
that's a
how
fair
much of
point.
their
Like
life
that-
on
there's
it.
still money getting pumped into
Yes.
that.
Those
Like,
10 million consumers are much more plugged in and engaged than the 100 million people playing
Mm-hmm.
Cityville, sure, in terms of time spent, dollars spent, whatever you
Yeah,
want to slice it.
I don't see it as a bad thing
No.
if games become niche. Maybe that would free up developers. They've become a little bit safe in AAA games are a little
Sure.
safe
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
But if I think of if you ask me what are some niche games for this generation,
Damn it, what are some niche games from this generation?
I would say things like Limbo.
Yeah.
Like awesome games like Limbo.
But Limbo did pretty well, which is weird.
sold like
It's-
3 million copies.
Yeah,
2 or 3
at
million.
$15 a pop. So I mean, it is a niche game in the way that I don't know. This is so in the weeds here because then you get into like what's a niche game, what's an indie game. Like
Right.
that was published by Microsoft, right? Originally.
Yes.
Literally one of the biggest companies on the planet.
Yeah. So it's weird. It's like it's hard to make this description for me. But
I think the heart of his question is, if you want more games like XCOM, you got to buy XCOM.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Support what you want. Like
Yeah.
this is voting
it's
with
true,
your
though.
dollars kind of thing.
Well, we've also had the whole like Kickstarter thing happen in the
Yeah.
last year and a half, which is
Yeah.
like
Sure.
a totally different venue. Now that maybe your games don't have to sell that well
Yeah.
at stores. Maybe they just have to sell to enough people on Kickstarter.
Yep.
So
I think about stuff like XBLA, that platform became a huge hit and everybody made a lot of money. Microsoft made a lot of money, and then that platform just took off and we got a lot of weird, sort of strange, smaller $10 games as a result. Like if people wouldn't have bought those games when the 360 launched, like Geometry Wars or like Outpost Kalaki X or whatever other launch games.
And I would argue that like if those games weren't successful, we wouldn't have things like Journey on PS3.
Exactly.
Sure.
That's
And in terms of that, it's a better time than ever for video games right now because it's like back in the 90s, you'd have to go to Nintendo and you'd have to say, hey, we need to license your cart technology for $70 a pop, and we're going to make $4 back a game, and Nintendo's going to make 60 on that, and some other guy's going to make 9 or 10. Who knows? Some guy at the factory. But nowadays, you can just go, hey, we're just going to put this out digitally, and we don't have to have to license things. Like Nintendo used to sue people like Blockbuster for renting their games and stuff like that. Now they just sell there was a story this week where Nintendo put all of its flagship 3DS titles on the downloadable store, and you don't even have to go into a store anymore for their stuff. So they're finally even catching on, and they're the oldest dinosaurs when it comes to this stuff. So
I mean, things absolutely. If XCOM sells well, then we'll see more stuff like XCOM. Like that's how. Like everyone was sure BioShock was going to flop. It didn't have multiplayer. That was a time when FPS multiplayer was like the only thing anybody really cared about. It was sort of this weird. And then that game went on to be a huge success. And now we see lots of games that are like BioShock.
Sure.
Or at least influenced by it. Like it's sort of caused this strain of gaming to sort of come back that was gone for a while. So if XCOM does really well, sure, I think we'll definitely see more sort of hardcore turn-based.
Related, we had XCOM comes from Firaxis, who also developed Civ Revolution, which came to consoles. Do we know how that game did? I assume probably not well because we never got a
Well,
sequel.
I remember
it
it
did
being
well.
popular amongst like our crowd.
Right, because it was awesome.
It was really awesome. That
Go
was a
buy
really
Civ
good
Rev.
game.
It's like $10.
It's cheaper on iPad. It's great on iPad, too.
Yeah.
So Travis's other question is, if I want XCOM to succeed, where would you say is the best place to purchase it? Amazon, GameStop, Best Buy? Does it even matter?
I mean I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
I couldn't tell you that.
If you buy it digitally, you're probably giving more money directly to the
Yeah, I would say so.
to the publisher.
I think your only option right now then would probably be PC.
Who publishes XCOM?
2K.
2K. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess Steam still takes their cut. Yeah, it doesn't
Which
matter.
is
Just buy the game.
substantial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
buy XCOM.
Good talk, guys. Moving on.
Sure.
This is David Dominguez Gadsden. I recognize that name.
It's a good name.
Who is looking forward to Animal Crossing on 3DS after the mediocre offering on Wii? Has the Animal Crossing boat sailed, or does the franchise still have limitless possibilities? Did Animal Crossing ever really have limitless possibilities?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, why are those our two options?
Yeah. It's
Either over or it's limitless possibilities.
I will say that that the new Animal Crossing is the most new Animal Crossing since the first Animal Crossing, which I almost feel like they released the first game, it was brilliant, and then I was like a crackhead chasing that first hit for like years afterwards. Where every single one was just like ghostly former. It was just like
I gotta go home. And
it was like, oh, let's do it. We're gonna do
market's
this again,
open
and like,
till
oh
6.
man, they added this and this and this, and you got down to it. And it was really the same game with pretty much the same textures, most of the same items.
Yeah.
Like it was,
Yeah.
It was like replaying the same GameCube port, which is actually it was an N64 game originally.
Yeah, and you had to set the time manually every time you turned on your console.
And every
time?
single yeah.
So it came out at a time when I was a big Nintendo fan, but I somehow just never played Animal Crossing.
I got addicted as, can I swear?
Yes.
I got addicted as fuck to Animal Crossing.
I got addicted as motherfuck to Animal Crossing.
All right.
I
skipped-
played.
this keeps
I was
escalating.
like skipping classes.
Oh yeah,
to
I
play
would
Animal
call into
Crossing.
work sick and be like,
Gotta send-
And it's weird because by no means does anything else, like no other genres like this really grab me, like or you know games in this genre like The Sims. I never sat back and like I was like, oh, I got to build my house and get this guy a job. And I
You're
don't care
so
about
excited
that.
when you get a new dresser. You're like, yes.
I've heard
Dude,
of
I was
this.
playing like a crazy person. Like I play at 2 o'clock in the morning in real time, and I'm knocking on people's doors like, wake up, fucking animals! Let's make some transactions. It was great, and you'd customize your own textures, you'd make your own wallpapers. Like it was just this fun thing. And then,
Pulling weeds.
Yeah, and then Tom Nook was there, and he's like, "Where's my fucking money?" Like every time, and then now the 3DS one's great because you're the mayor now. You run the town.
Yeah.
So
You're
I think,
getting the rent.
I think so. I don't know. Tom Nook is probably still finding some way to get all your bells, but
What a
that's how
con
this
man.
works. But you can go swimming in it. There's an island you can visit. There's like
I'm gonna
all
get
types of
swimming in it.
stores. It's crazy.
I had a GBA. I'm gonna go to the GBA island. I would connect my GBA to my GameCube using that cable. Literally, like the only that and Crystal Chronicles were like. The two
I will
games
say that the
did.
one thing I really wish, and this is such an easy thing, everyone always says this, but the NES games that were in the GameCube one were
remember that
unlockable.
damn thing.
And it was sort of like, the game was great. Animal
was like-
Crossing was awesome, but there was like this underlying hunt to find them all.
Yeah.
It was like,
And like now that's a very common thing for like retro games
Yeah,
to be back.
yeah.
But like back then when that first came around, we probably hadn't played those games in 20 years.
well, now Nintendo's like, go visit our online store and download them all for $5
Yeah,
each.
that,
That'll
those
be a fun
days. Those
game.
days are never coming back. We're
Yeah.
never getting NES games back in Animal.
But yeah,
also-
Clue Land, I would have never played it if
Yeah.
it wasn't for that. And same with Wario's Woods and a whole bunch
Yeah.
of other
It
things.
just occurred to me that Animal Crossing is just straight up a Harvest Moon clone. It's the same
No,
game.
that's not really.
That's
true.
not true at all.
It's got the
Same
real
thing.
time.
How did that just occur to
The
you?
real time, no, the real time clock is absolutely the hook. Because you got to get home, you got to be home on Saturday to talk to KK Slider or whatever.
Things
day
are
he's
happening
doing
on
his-
holidays. Like
Yeah.
you got 1 hour to listen to him play his little songs.
Yep, that was great, man.
Yeah, but your crops
like
and your
you're-
animals don't die in Animal Crossing.
I have really, really
is
fond
true.
memories of Animal Crossing.
Me too.
for
So
sure.
we're excited for Animal Crossing on 3DS.
I do
yeah.
think
What's it called? Animal Crossing 3DS?
I totally forget.
Nobody knows.
All right. Nobody knows.
I can just see the YouTube comments now on this before I say what I'm going to say. But that game would make a tremendous amount of sense on iPhone or iPad.
Yeah.
It would be
a lot of
incredible.
it, I mean, a lot of those Nintendo games, Pokemon, you know, a lot of those Nintendo
Pokemon
games
and
are-
Animal. I know. I mean, a lot of games make sense for that platform,
F-Zero.
but especially Pokemon.
You'd be setting 3 a.m. alarms to get up and go to the 3 a.m.
Well, because
KK
that
Slider
real
nightclub.
time element, like any game that has a real time element, it's kind of annoying. Like it's annoying to need to
Right.
get back to your system and play Animal Crossing, but that exact same mechanic becomes fun when it's on your phone because you always have your phone with you.
I remember one year I ran out of the room away from my family and my ex-girlfriend on Christmas Eve to check my town to see if I
Why
got
was
any
your
presents.
ex-girlfriend? Oh, at the time she wasn't your
Yeah.
ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I did that too.
I
This
dumped
is the
her
beginning
and
of
ran to
why.
Animal Crossing.
I did that too. I had to get home on Thanksgiving to get my whatever
Yeah.
gift you get. Man, that game had its claws into me.
It's fun. And what I'm excited about the most is that a bunch of us are replaying it here at IGN, and that's a really good social aspect of like trading stuff in the game. So like me and Andrew Goldfarb will be playing it, Audrey Drake and from the Nintendo team will be playing it, and we'll just be trading stuff and ignoring real life.
Brian's
Yeah.
gonna be drawing like dick paintings to share to everybody.
Yes,
Sure.
that's what I went to art school for.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Mostly dick painting.
You
I
got
say
a
that kind of sarcastically, but let's be real.
yeah.
It's true.
You got a letter from Brian Altano and it says dick butt.
This is Paul Thacker. He says,
good last name.
I
It's a man's name.
really enjoyed Darksiders 2. What a huge game. I remember you chatting before the launch about how its sales would determine whether Vigil Studios survived and maybe even THQ itself. It was the best-selling game of August. It has now moved about 820,000 copies worldwide. So is that enough to save Vigil and possibly see a Darksiders 3? Will the Japanese launch on October 18th and the Wii U launch in November make much of a difference? So that might be enough to save Vigil, but I think they said something like it needed to sell 3 million copies in order to get a Darksiders 3.
I really hate when I read stories like that. Like I think there was one about Dead Space 3.
5 million to survive this. Come on,
it's
guys.
Like, really? Come on. Maybe set the bar a little lower or figure something out. Maybe merchandise or something. Sell some Isaac plushies. I don't know what
they have Darksiders novels.
Yeah.
Do they
terrible?
Really?
They're awful.
I haven't read them. I guess I shouldn't say that, but every single page I flipped to had something hilarious happening on it.
You ever try to read the Battlefield novel?
No.
Oh boy.
Is it the same deal?
Oh yeah. It's bad.
My favorite part about video game novels are when they try to like tie it a little bit too closely into the game, like the game's mechanics. Like, then he got this item, and that let him go to like this place, and you're like, what? Like, that's weird.
We have those awesome. They're called. What are they called? Those like. The ones based on 80s and 90s NES games.
Oh, yeah.
And when
they're like novelizations.
Yeah, and you're reading like the Ninja Gaiden one, and like 20 pages in, there's like a tip, but it's upside down. So you gotta turn the book upside down because it's a fucking secret.
How can I decipher this?
Yeah, they're like, oh no! I'm not gonna read that yet. And they're like, all right, watch out for wolves. Like,
Yeah. Condors.
Yeah. Thank you.
I wouldn't expect the Japanese launch to move the needle very much, but the Wii U launch could give a boost.
I mean, I would almost argue that they have as much writing on the Wii U version as they did the 360 PS3. I mean, it's part of the launch. They're obviously putting a lot of time, effort, money into this port. They're going to want to see that return. They're going to need that return.
They need to call it, do you guys sort of like Zelda? And that should be on the box title. Yeah. Do you guys sort of like Zelda 2? Not Zelda 2, but Zelda
as well.
Yes, as well also?
Yeah.
Again?
Do we know if is it a launch day title or is
I believe it is.
Is it in the 3-year long launch window?
We played it a few weeks ago. Like, it was in the office.
Yeah.
And,
oh, really? I didn't know.
It's the game, and they move all this crazy HUD stuff to the screen, and you know, it's doing its damn thing. But I don't know if it's going to like if they're like, oh man, this didn't sell enough, but everything's riding on the Wii U version right here. So
right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It was a success. I know, but a sequel. We'll see, I guess.
This is Dimitri or Dimitris. He's from Cyprus.
Cypress Hill?
No, just from Cyprus.
Okay.
Is that a place?
So I was going to try to keep this short. I love movies with bad endings where the bad guys win, everybody dies, and it's depressing. And then he puts a happy face emoticon in there.
So Demetrius is a sociopath.
He says, I've had enough of them good guys winning for the past 20 years. I've tried my hardest, for example, to get the worst possible ending in Heavy Rain. Are there more games like that where you finish the game but it's awesomely horrible, the bad guys win, and everything has gone south? High fives all around. Dimitri.
Can we all high five right now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
It's
White
funny.
guys.
It's funny you said. It's funny you said that he tried really hard because you have to do the opposite of that in Heavy Rain. Like you have to really not try
to get the bad ending.
For everyone to die. For you, just like they're like it's like oh save me I'm drowning. And
you're just like
no I'm gonna put the controller down.
I have a favorite downer ending, but it's a spoiler.
Okay.
We're going full spoilers.
For
who even knows what.
So I'm gonna set this up. This is a spoiler. A game made by Valve.
Ooh.
So
good choice.
You're warned.
Yeah.
Just gonna say Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
Oh my god.
Yep. Right.
Yes.
Probably my favorite game ending ever.
But that's also
huge downer.
That's kind of a cliffhanger because there's more coming.
Yeah,
so
but it's very Empire Strikes Back. Like we were
that's
talking about earlier.
That's true.
And if you don't care about spoilers, it's this Eli, the guy who's been helping you the whole time. He's been like a mentor to Gordon. I mean, the dude he dies.
And it's what's her name?
So unexpectedly. Alex Vance's father.
Yeah.
Like you've been relying on him. He's taking you to the next place that you're gonna
and
go and save the world.
He gets in a very brutal way.
It's really gross. Like it's
brain.
really sad and uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, sucks. Yeah. And then it fades to black, and then we never get Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
Oh my god.
Nope.
You just hear Alex crying for like 2 straight minutes. It's so sad, man.
I'm getting chills right now, actually.
You guys
I want to go play Episode 2 again.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Did you guys finish Enslaved?
Yeah. You thought that was a downer?
I thought it like kind of philosophically, yeah. Because the entire time, right? Like you have this. I'm gonna spoil this for you guys. Sorry. Oh man, I kind of don't want to. You should play Enslaved.
I played it. I wasn't that wild about it, so feel free.
Okay, so the entire time you have this idea that these villains are just these like mindless robots and they have all this stuff, and you're trying to get to this very specific point to stop them, and you arrive and you realize that these aren't bad people. The reason they're kidnapping human beings is specifically so that they can put them in this like fake virtual world where this place sucks, so we're gonna put you in a fake place where all of your dreams come true, where you have a family and you're happy and it's great, and it kind of presents you with this choice, like, are you gonna save them, or are you gonna let them be, or are you gonna take it off their heads? What are you gonna do? And then it just cuts to black.
That sounds exactly like The Matrix.
It's sort of Matrix.
Yeah, it's very Matrix.
Like the real world in The Matrix sucks, but they still try to wake people up.
Right.
Yeah.
They got to eat that like porridge stuff. I don't even know. That's the only thing. Like, that's the thing I remember most about that movie. Is he pulls the crank and then this like oatmeal comes out and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, at least maybe get a nice container for it.
I like that you remember the sloppy food, not like guns, lots of guns,
Yeah.
or anything memorable. About
And that stupid mousy guy on the ship.
But if this
name is Mouse.
guy's not playing the Walking Dead games that are out now, then that's where he needs to go because those are just grim left.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
story is not going to have
mean,
a happy ending.
No.
No.
Did you guys? I'm not going to spoil
There's
or
no
say
way.
anything, but did you guys play episode 4?
Well, that's what Kim and I are doing tonight.
God damn, have fun.
So Greg wasn't as crazy about it, but you liked it a
I
lot.
loved it.
Okay, good.
I think it's the best one they've done. I think episode 4 is the best thing Telltale has ever done.
Ooh. All right.
Wow.
Very, very exciting.
And there's no way. I mean, we don't know anything about episode 5, but there's no way. It's just not. There's no happy ending for these characters. It's not possible. Probably.
Final question comes from Steven Santana. This year, for the first year in about 5 years, I'm actually going to dress up for Halloween. I'm going to be Nathan Drake from Uncharted 3. I was going to go with Cole McGrath, but his jacket in the first game is unique, and I'm not a creative clothing guy.
That is a really cool jacket.
Slowly, the packages are coming in, and I can't wait to wear it to my college classes, and later on, show it off to my friends.
Just shows up for history. Hey guys, it's Half Chuck. It's on Halloween, dude.
No one's going to know who he is.
Yeah.
He'll have his scarf on.
They're just going to think he was on Extreme Makeover, and
Yeah.
now he's all Metro. What are your plans for this Halloween? Are you going to wear a costume? And when was the last time you went trick-or-treating?
Oh.
Trick or
Wow.
treating?
Yeah.
Like knocking on people's doors asking for candy?
Yeah, that's been a few years.
It's been quite a while since, I mean, I'm a 31-year-old adult male.
People
so-
knock on my door now.
Really?
I don't
Well,
think
no,
that
but
happens.
I'm of that age.
You're the,
Oh.
I have a door that people could have the ability to knock
You'll find
on.
out this year.
No, I live in an apartment, so no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Nobody's
I'm
gonna
in an
do that.
apartment building too. That
I
would
didn't
be
mean
weird.
people literally knock on my door. I just mean I've crossed that point in my
Crackheads
life.
do.
Yeah.
They just show
You
up.
know,
we
understand what I'm
live in a city, and unfortunately, trick-or-treating doesn't really happen in a city.
People go to the mall. It's sad.
First of all, there aren't kids. And second of all, it'd be very dangerous.
yeah.
And nobody has a house. So
Yep.
Yeah.
for all these reasons, you don't trick-or-treat, which it's sad. I kind of miss that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm DJing a big Halloween party at Rocket Room. If any of you viewers are in the Bay Area, you should be there on Friday, October 26th. But I haven't figured out a costume yet.
I didn't know this was happening. I'm glad I'm here for
Yes,
this.
this is happening.
I don't have one either. I'm trying to do like a couple's costume thing with my girlfriend, and she's gonna
Yeah.
dress up. She's basically dressing up as a red dress that's like a bottle of hot sauce. It's just
Okay.
it's,
So
a,
you
it's,
got a-
it's
so
just
you
a really slim red dress with a little green hat. And
So
she's
you
like,
have
"What
to
should
be-
you be?"
You have to be a burrito.
Right, yeah, she's sriracha.
Yeah, but
You
that
gotta be-
I would
sucks
like
for
to see you
me.
be a
'cause then,
burrito.
yeah, then I gotta be in this giant burrito costume.
You just wrap a blanket around yourself. That's it.
No.
No, that's
Then you
more
would-
of like a homeless Mexican
Yeah.
guy. Oh, that's not really a food item. Hey, can I get your dude in a blanket? I'm hungry. No, that's not how that works. Can you put some hot sauce on that? That'll save it.
You have 2 costume possibilities, you said.
No, I had 2 possibilities for games with bad endings. Was all.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I have no idea what I'm doing for Halloween. Probably nothing.
My costume's a secret, but Jamie and I do have couples costumes planned.
Okay.
See, I'm not really enthusiastic about Halloween like I used to be.
Fine.
It just kind of happened. I don't know.
You're a jerk.
I know. I hate
Yeah.
fun.
Halloween's the best.
Halloween's fun.
It takes time to build a costume, and I don't really want to go to a store and buy like a shitty, stupid, like fat Spider-Man costume.
No, you don't do that. You make like you assemble one yourself. Like
That
what was the
sounds
reader's
hard.
name?
Steven Santana.
Like
How
Steven
did-
Santana.
How do Game Scoop listeners all have the best names?
I know it's
I know.
true.
Every single person.
It's pretty good. We're out of time this week, but Justin, you do have a notepad here.
We do. Do we have a second? We'll do one. We'll
do
do
one.
one. We'll give people a tease for what's to come on GameScoop. So I found on Damon's desk a notebook of, at various E3s or other events of notes.
This is happening now.
Of notes that
so
that
excited.
Damon had taken about games. And
Wow.
the thing about notes.
We were joking about this.
Yeah, we all know this in the room, but people are talking, and so you're furiously writing as fast as you can, and then afterwards your notes make no sense at all. And so we were just reading some of these like out of context, non sequitur quotes, and so the game we're gonna play.
And so what year is this from? Do we know what year even this is?
This must have been like 2009.
yeah,
we
I
figured
think we
out,
said
right?
2009 and 2010. I don't know definitively.
Okay.
Tilt it
And
up,
so-
tilt it up, tilt it up. He can see he's cheating.
So we are going to, readers can play at home. I'm going to read off some notes from this notebook, and we have to try to guess what game it is. Damon, this is, and you're both
We're
welcome to
involved.
chime in.
Yeah, we're all playing
Okay.
together here.
So, note number 1, giant sword guns. Okay, okay. We're moving.
I have an idea.
Sounds like
We have She-Bat Boss.
She-Bat Boss.
She-Bat boss.
She-Bat is with a dash in the
Oh.
middle. She-Bat.
She-Bat.
She-Bat Boss. We
It's not
have
like a sherbet boss.
we have a cool
Delicious.
cool Golem Gate.
Gollum Gate?
Sorry, go again.
Cool Golem Gate.
Like Gollum.
Gollum.
Like
Gollum.
like a
cool
rock
Gollum
guy.
Gate. Not Gollum like Lord of the Rings. G
So
O
now
L
I've
E
got
N.
this. I've got it.
Do you? Is it the first Darksiders?
I think it's Darksiders 2.
No,
So-
it wouldn't have been.
But there is
Darksiders 2 is two.
If it is 2009, then it would be
Okay.
the first Darksiders.
So, and I've also
the Bat Boss
Yeah.
is what makes.
So
it
all of what
the
you've
original
said is
Darksiders.
basically Darksiders 2 as well. So
So we also the order I'm reading these notes, they should be getting more obvious as I go.
Okay.
So
Are we correct or not?
Okay, so the final note. Hold on. The final note is Zelda for grown-ups.
yeah, that's a really good note.
I take offense to that, but sure. This is why people always give a shit for video game journalism, because like if you found Anderson Cooper's notebook, it would be like hundreds of lives lost, and ours were like She-Bat Boss. Journalism.
It's true, yeah. It's true. Yeah, that must have been the first Darksiders.
Yeah.
That would have been at Judges Week
Yeah.
in whatever, 2009,
Right.
2010.
We're gonna do one more. Damon, you can't participate in this one because
Oh, 'cause
we
already
talked
did this
about
one?
it.
Okay.
All right.
So this is for you two.
Okay.
Going down,
Disneyland
Altana.
Disneyland version of Paris. That's actually already a pretty good clue.
Okay.
Climbing the Eiffel Tower.
The
Saboteur.
Saboteur.
They right?
Yeah, Zeppelins serve as helicopters, and you write all these notes about black and white and color, and like your notes make no sense. It's like everything black and white, car color, and it's like what? It's
To
like
be fair, when we first saw that game, that's what it was like, black and white. Like, whoa, it's a red car. How'd that happen?
yeah, then it's like solve missions, color returns to world. That's what your notebook like says right here. Brink Zeppelins, roof jumping.
Pretty good.
Roof jumping.
That's a really helpful note.
I spent more time playing that game than I should have, I think.
I finished it.
I actually never played the final game.
Really?
It's really good.
It was fun.
Really good.
I think it's
Yeah.
underrated.
GTA with Nazis.
Who made that game? Oh, it was
Pandemic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pandemic. Wow.
And then they died.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was that game. That's a fun game. We'll play. We'll bring that back.
We need a name for it.
We can play that.
Readers should send in what
Yeah,
they're-
send in.
What should we name? Name that game.
Name that.
Viewers and listeners. That's all the scoops we have for you this week, though. Remember, you can always reach us at gamescoop@ign.com. My name is Damon Hatfield. This is IGN Gamescoop, and we're out.
Just